Her face was just saying it all. It was just like, oh my god, what the fuck are you people doing when I'm not around? I thought you were 12, adorable, innocent little porcelain doll. What the fuck is happening? What do you mean you need condoms? I don't understand. Hi there, I'm Roux, and I'm so excited that you decided to stop by to watch my Christmas special. 31 days of story times. Every day this December, a new true story time from me, for my life. It's going to be hilarious and personal for your entertainment. Before we begin, remember to click the subscribe button so you'll be notified every day when I post a new video. Keep the notifications on, obviously. Let's begin. Today I want to tell you the story of the first time I bought condoms. I was 12. Again, so inappropriate. So let me just put it out there. It wasn't because we needed them, okay? It wasn't that I bought condoms when I was 12 because I needed them, okay? Literally would take a decade. Almost a decade. Yeah, before I would ever need anything condom related. But yeah, I was an early bird when it came to purchasing them. Prepared and practical to the max. So in my group of friends, I was the daring one, and I enjoyed that so much. I loved being the one who would always be like, I dare you, and I would think up the craziest things, and I always loved knowing that I was the crazy one, and the one who was the bravest, and who dared the most. And you know, I would put on a brave face, and I would always be like, yeah, it totally doesn't faze me at all, and they would think I was so cool. If you're watching this, it was all an act. Hi. But I loved it, okay? It gave me an adrenaline kick to always be the one who was pushing the boundaries. And on that particular day of me and my friends at the mall, per usual, every weekend we were at the mall, because we were like 11, 12. I think a couple of years were spent every weekend at the mall, ever since we were like 11. Every weekend, like clockwork, spending all of our allowance money. Anyways, me and two of my friends were sitting at this cafe and we were enjoying some beverages of like soda because we were 12. And it was at the end of the day. We had been there for quite a while. Not like the end of the day as in it was closing soon, but we had been there quite a while. A couple of hours. We were bored as fuck. Let me just put it like that. Bored as fuck. We had literally spent up every single avenue of might be interesting, even though we do this every single weekend, so it's not interesting because we do this every single weekend, and it's always the same. But we were bored. We had nothing more to do, and I was like, hey girls, I dare you to go to the Lidl store, which is a low price brand store where everything is much cheaper, but the same quality, more for your buck, and buy condoms. Ignore the commercially part in the middle. I didn't say that, but I was just trying to explain to you what Lidl is, and if you know what Lidl is, give a like or leave a comment. It's a well-known brand. Didn't really make it though in Norway, I think. Sadly, but no. Apparently, the big corporations were like, you want to sell Norwegian people stuff for less money and we can't make their monies now? Push them out. Probably. Anyways, I dare them, and of course, they're like, oh, that is so naughty. Oh, yes. And I was the driving force, and we were going to go buy those condoms, okay? It was going to happen. So we go to this store, and it's not in the mall, it's like in its own building, so we have to cross the road, which was a perk, okay? Which is probably also why we went there, not only because we were really poor elementary schoolers, but also because, you know, we didn't want to be seen or bump into people who were also in the mall when we were buying condoms at 12. So we get there, and we try to find the condoms. We're looking in every aisle, but of course, the condoms are right by the cash register. Awkward. So we do the whole, like, yeah, we're just walking by, casually looking, walking by, like, drive-by condom perusing, I guess. But then we came to the conclusion that, well, we're going to have to go over there, and we're going to have to pick them up, have the evidence in our hands, and walk over to the cash register, and actually look someone in the eye as we purchase this shit, so, you know, might as well walk over there and look at them. The really funny thing is, though, like, we were 12, okay? Not like, we were 12. And we were never going to use it. It's not like we thought we were going to use it, even, but were so practical. Like, we were like, so what kind should we get? Should we get this one or this one? This has flavors. This is a different size. Like, bitch, please. We're never gonna use them. They're literally going to be antiques by the time that we're going to need condoms in our lives, okay? But we were practical, okay? Just like with the kissing. Watch that video if you want to know what that was about. We were very practical, okay? Practical till the end. I don't want to blame my mother for this incident, but the practical part, yep, got it from her. So practical. So then we get our choices, because we stood there for like a good 10 minutes. Literally just weighing the options. Not just because it was awkward, but we were like, we need to be serious about this, because buying condoms is like a really mature thing to do. So we need to be like really mature and really practical, and you know, we can't just take this like a willy-nilly thing. Like, that's what children would do, and we're mature women, even though we were 12. You know how it is when you're a kid. You're like, I want to be a big kid. I want to be a big kid. I want to be grown up, and I want to be mature, and I want everyone to think I'm mature, and I want to act mature. And then you just start acting very strangely, and even though things aren't very serious, you act as if it's like code red and you're on guard duty at Fort Knox, because you want to seem mature as fuck. It might have been that we were procrastinating a little bit with the whole standing there for a while, because we didn't really want to go do the whole look someone in the eye and purchase this shit, especially when that someone in the cash register is just like a teenager. Probably. Anyways, we walk up to the cash register, and you have to know a thing about me. When I was younger, I was very awkward. I would either become mute, unable to speak, or start talking like a sailor on drugs. And when I say sailor on drugs, I mean cocky as fuck. Loudly cocky little shit. Not because I was generally a cocky little shit. Not at all. I was an awkward, really hypersensitive, insecure teenager. But trust me, when I was nervous, I overcompensated like there was no tomorrow. So when we were walking through and the other two were just trying to get through this really awkward having to buy for this shit and look someone in the eye while we were doing it, this someone who actually turned out to be a teenager, making it extra awkward, I started talking so loud, and I sort of forced them to become a part of the conversation, because I was like, yay, do you remember that thing that happened? And they were like, stop it, and they were so embarrassed. They were just like, stop it, why are you talking so loud, why? And I was like, yeah, you know that thing, I was so awkward. And you'd think that that would be bad, right? Trust me, I made it worse. I made it so much worse, because then I started talking about our football coach, which was also a teenager who probably knew the cashier. And I started talking about him with his name. And he was one of those assholes who was like, you have to call me by my last name. So when I was talking about him, I was like, you know, Coach, isn't he? He's such an asshole, right? And I was talking so loud. And it's like these tiny little girls buying condoms and talking about a guy you know who's probably the same age as you. Epic situation. For the cashier, I mean. You can't even plan that out. That's just like priceless, isn't it? And as we left, I was like, oh my god, he's gonna tell him, isn't he? He's gonna know our coach, and he's gonna tell him about how we bought condoms, and then he's gonna know, and every time at soccer practice, he's gonna think it's really funny, and he's gonna laugh at us on the inside, and maybe even on the outside. Oh my god, he's gonna know. Do you really think he's gonna tell him? And they were like, yes, he is. And I turned back around and I look at the cashier. He wasn't at the cashier anymore, but at his post. And I was like, where did he go? This guy had walked over from the cash register, walked over to like a towel pyramid. He was leaning on it, and he was shaking so hard, trying so hard not to laugh. The entire rack of toilet rolls was vibrating. Like, I have to get him some kudos. Okay, he needs to get some cred, because he did not pull a face during this entire thing. Like, he was so professional. Obviously, when little girls, 12 years old, who probably look old, younger than 12, because, you know, we were innocent and delicate looking, walk up and want to buy condoms and they talk loudly about your mate, like, you're like a next level kind of dude to be able to not start laughing hysterically, because that is just, I'm gonna give him some cred. Good on you, man. And it's good, right? Because if, you know, you don't know if we actually need them, and if, you know, God forbid, little girls, 8, 12 years old, need condoms. You don't want to discourage them from getting safe protection from STDs and unwanted pregnancy, even though they are young, too young. You don't want to scare them off by starting laughing at them. You want them to feel like, yeah, I can walk and buy condoms when I need them. I can walk into my supermarket and buy them like that. So yeah, give him a pat on the back from me. We should all give him a pat on the back. Do it now, everyone. You'd think the story would end there, right? It didn't. Because obviously when you're 12 and you buy condoms, your mother is gonna catch you. And she did. So later that day, I had gone home because me and my friends were like, yeah, let's have a sleepover. So I go home and I like start packing my things, packing them into a little bag and, you know, getting ready. And as I stand in the hallway, just, I don't know, why was I doing my makeup? I don't know. Because I was 12, bursting with hormones, and I thought, yeah, everyone does their makeup when they go to their friends to sleep over. You're literally going to put on makeup, then walk to your friend's house, which is like 3 minutes away from yours, and then take off the makeup and put on jammies and sleep. Seriously? But yeah, that's what I was doing. I was standing in the hallway, fixing my makeup. And I was just standing there, you know, no clue what was about to happen, when I hear my mother. What is this? That's literally what she said. She sounded terrified, like she had just seen some Walking Dead sort of terrifying shit, like everybody died sort of shit. She sounded horrified. And I turn around and I'm like, oh! And she's standing there with my purse and the condoms. And she's like, what is this? And I'm like, where did you get that? And she's like, you had thrown your purse on the floor. I was picking it up and it fell out. I'm so sorry. But why do you need this, honey? This is the point where I said something that I should have never said. You have to know that 11 and 12-year-olds are bursting with hormones, okay? You do not want to know what those little fuckers are thinking about, because it's sexual and disturbing, and you don't want to know, okay? I know this because I was one. You might have forgotten what you were like at that age. I have not, okay? All the disturbing things that I was thinking about, it's not what you want. Just no. You know, you still look like an adorable little porcelain doll, but all the hormones makes you think about kissing boys and sex and just, yeah, all of it. So I turn around and I go, don't act like you hadn't thought that I would need them. Don't act like you hadn't thought that I might need those. I literally said that. Don't act like you hadn't thought that I might need those soon. Like, she was horrified, but she just took it to a new level when she heard that. She was like, what? And I'm like, I mean, you know, it was just, I could not save it from that point. It was just like one of those things where you fuck it up and you were like, I cannot fix this. There is no way that I can row this boat back to shore and fix this. The thing I just said is unfixable. She can't unhear what I just said. She was like, no, I never thought. What do you mean? Do you need them? I mean, I want you. If you need them, of course you should have them. I'm really proud of you. If you need them, why would you need them? You're just 12 years old. But you know, if you need them, I'm really proud of you for getting them. That's so responsible. But honey, you're so young. You know, what do you mean? What do you mean? And I'm like, Mom, chill out. And I was doing the panicky, overly cocky thing, which was probably working in my favor at this point because I was like, Mom. Obviously, it was on a dare. I dared my friends to go buy them at Lidl, and it was like hysterical and like a prank. Obviously, I'm 12. Never thought those things ever. I didn't say the last thing, but that's what I was trying to convey. I was desperately hoping that my mother would unhear what I just said. She was like, oh, are you sure about that, though? I don't want you to feel like I'm shaming you. If you need them, you should take them. But, are you sure that they thought it was a prank? And I'm like, yep, it was a prank. Come on now, Mom. Come on now. I was panicking so hard, and it was so embarrassing. I could not leave that house fast enough. Like, it was like things were going in slow motion. I was just like trying to escape. Just as I get out of our driveway, she's like, oh, wait. Because I think she was just stunned by the whole interaction. So I had already made it out our door and down our driveway and almost, you know, down the street, and she's like, wait, I don't know if I should let you go. I don't know if it's good parenting to let you go. She was like, her face was just saying it all. It was just like, oh my god, what the fuck are you people doing when I'm not around? I thought you were 12, adorable, innocent little porcelain doll. What the fuck is happening? What do you mean you need condoms? I don't understand. Panicking, okay? And I'm like, Mom, don't be ridiculous. Mom. She's like, yeah, it was a dare. Don't make a big deal out of it. It was funny. Mom. And she's like, yeah, sure. You know me. You know that I would do that. And she goes, oh. And it dawns on her, like, this is totally something that my kid would do. This is totally something that my kid would prank other kids and dare them to do. Totally up her alley. And she's like, oh, okay. I'm not feeling good right now, though. I just want you to know that. Okay? Really scared me. Hilarious, right? Yeah. That was my first purchase of protection. And it was an eventful one. It truly was. What was your like? Was it awkward? Was it strange? Did you have a strange cashier who made strange, awkward sex remarks, maybe? I don't know. Or was yours as professional as my cashier was? Who knows? Or maybe, you know, since it's the modern age and like everyone else, we purchase our protection online now. Like, who goes to the supermarket to buy condoms anymore? I don't know. Maybe people who are bad at planning? I don't know. Do leave it in the comments below. And remember to subscribe, as previously stated. Every day this Christmas, this December, new true story times for my life. Awkward and hilarious. And if you like the video, leave a like, obviously.